This is Water Codes, Part 1. Part 1 is comprised of the first 5 chapters. This will be Chapter 1. The Untold Mystery of Water. It begins with a quote, "Water is the driving force of all nature," said Leonardo da Vinci. Water is the essence of life, the most fundamental substance to our existence. Once thought to be unique to our planet and now recognized as quite pervasive throughout the universe, water is far more than the simple aqueous substance we are taught in academia. It has incredible, unexpected, and anomalous properties which chemistry and physics say it should not have. In fact, the laws of both chemistry and physics predict that water would not even be present on Earth in liquid form, and yet without it, life would not exist. It has been studied since study began and worshipped by countless tribes and cultures. It is the magic behind the fountain of youth, the great waters of the Lourdes, and the spirit of baptism. Its movement drove the mechanics of the actions of the pyramids and has determined the success or failure of villages and cities throughout time. It is central to nearly every religious ritual and ceremony, considered by our most sacred text, revered saints, honored prophets, and wisest sages to be the source of spiritual life, physical health, and the very foundation of our universe. Water, older than life itself, is honored and discussed in every creation story ever told. Still, we are captivated by its amazing mystery and power, revering this substance throughout history without even understanding what water is, even though it is the primary substance of which we are made 99% by molecular count. It pauses here for a quote that says, "We know almost nothing about water." Dr. Vladimir Voykov, biophysicist, Moscow University. The truth about water is astounding. What it reveals about life, consciousness, and energy is remarkable. We find ourselves at a time when technology allows us to see more than we ever thought possible, as in the advancements of MRI and NRI, magnetic or nuclear resonance imaging technology, which reveal reactions, expressions, and computations among water molecules in response to energy and consciousness. Water molecules are incredibly small, yet today's technologies make it possible to physically view the structure and shape they make as they arrange themselves, allowing us to compare the shape and structure of the water molecules inside of the cells, the bloodstream, and even those surrounding the DNA strands. We are able to compare water from different sources, different cells, and different people, viewing the differences in molecular arrangement and properties, which reveal astounding relationships between the patterns of the water molecules and their sources. Water from diseased cells looks different than water from healthy cells, just as water from sacred sites forms different patterns in their molecules than water from your tap. Never before have we had the technology available to actually view the molecular structure and correlate it with the water's properties. Never before have we been able to collect and compare water samples from so many different sources in the world, and never before has science allowed such insight into the deeper spirituality discussed by our ancestors. Science is the spirituality of rational and Western thought. Traditionally, it has existed as a model to reduce the phenomena of our universe into logical and consistent rules and laws. Yet, as the scientific and technological breakthroughs continue to occur at exploding exponential rates, the lines between science and spirituality begin to blur. Quantum mechanics teaches us that if even one thing was random, the entire universe would fall apart, lending much support to the divine plan of most spiritual and religious traditions. Beliefs of multiple religious systems find scientific advancements confirming their ancient traditions. Through the avenue of science, many are finding their way to spirit, with an understanding and appreciation for the magical mystery of consciousness and existence. And yet still, many are lost or confused, finding contradictions they are unable to overcome without a greater knowledge of the science of spirituality and the spirituality of science. There exists, through acknowledging the gifts of both scientific and spiritual traditions, and marrying their deepest and truest fundamentals, a bridge that unifies these two apparently warring groups. Through this union, we find a synergy of information, where the resulting understanding is much greater than the sum of its parts. We find the physics behind the laws of manifestation through the consciousness and computing power of water, the structures and patterns of consciousness that determine laws of attraction and magnetism, and the explainable models of the energetic fields of our environments. We recognize the true messages of our ancient texts and teachings, profound spiritual science and universal truth hidden in the depths of unrealized metaphor, their full meanings revealed only when viewed through the lens of knowledge. This is a path of exploration, of expanded perceptions, and of exponential growth and development. Through this path, we understand the real hidden messages in water and discover the true secrets within the water codes.